Oh, oh, oh. Yo, where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Yo, yo. Is anybody here? Mike is here. Mike is here, and Mike is first. How did that happen? How did that happen? Mike, what up? How you doing? We are live and in effect. I am here. How are you, my guy? Let's get it. What up, King Folk? How you doing? We are live and in effect. 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know how you feel this evening. I don't know how your day was, how your morning was, but it's finally here. Is there a chance for the Browns to make? No, no, the Browns aren't going to the playoffs. That ship has sailed. Um, that ship is gone. The Browns aren't going to the playoffs. It is too late. The hole is dug. But, like Mike said, ready to see Shedeur finally. The day is here. The day has come. He is QB1. The news is finally official. Not all that maybe it might happen in case he doesn't. Dylan Gabriel, I'm talking about. Past concussion protocol. It was made official this morning. Shedeur Sanders is going to start against the Raiders Sunday, 4:05. He's going to make his NFL official starting debut, the 42nd quarterback for the Cleveland Browns since 1999, and his name is Shedeur Sanders. Ladies and gentlemen, what up, Clinton, Kinfolk, Lovey Marie, Cheryl Holder? Good evening, everyone. Grab a seat, hit the like button, hit the share button. We're going to talk about it. And the first question that I have for you, as I'm going to switch my scene to Shedeur Sanders starting against the Las Vegas Raiders, what should the expectations be for Shedeur Sanders? I have heard all year long that Shedeur Sanders is a fifth round pick. And it's true. It's true. But people use it differently for their own argument. So now, if he's a fifth round pick, should he get fifth round pick expectations going into Sunday? Should we not expect much? Should we just expect him, just to be a fifth round pick? Be average fifth round pick numbers? Or should we expect him to be greatness? Should we expect him to go in there, his first NFL start, his first week playing with the first team? He's been on the team since April, and this is his first time getting snaps with Jerry Jeudy, Harold Fannin, David Njoku, Wyatt Teller, the linemen. Cedric Tillman? Who am I forgetting? Judkins. Should we expect him to do great things? You let me know. We all agreed a few weeks ago that we don't want to hear any excuses for Shedeur. Now, hold on. There's no such thing as excuses if it's the truth. And this is what I want to say about that. Like for Dylan Gabriel, if you say he's short, it's not an excuse. It's a fact. If you say Dylan Gabriel, if Shedeur Sanders hasn't got snaps with the team ever, it's a fact. That's not an excuse. An excuse is it's windy outside. That's why he's missing throws. That's an excuse because everybody has to deal with the wind. Deal with it. Facts are not excuses. I won't let you get away with that, Mike. I know how you're operating. I won't let you. I've known you for years now. Facts are not excuses. We expect everything that he is. Let's go Browns. What up, coach? He's going to ball out. He will do a lot better. I don't know if we should expect greatness, but I believe we are going to see it. I don't know if I'm going to see greatness on Sunday. I'm going to hold my reserve for that. But what I do expect, I expect him to be a lot better than what he was Sunday against the Ravens. And if he's not a lot better than what he was against Sunday against the Ravens, then I'm going to be concerned. Because he wasn't good against the Ravens. And we have to call a spade a spade. He was not good against Baltimore. Actually, he was pretty darn bad against Baltimore. I made a video about it. He was bad. Now, there was reasons he was bad. The line was bad. If you haven't seen Chase Daniels' breakdown of Shedeur Sanders' game against the Ravens, I highly refer you to go and watch it. It was pretty darn good. He better do great things. This is the biggest opportunity of his football career so far. He has to bail out, especially versus the Raiders. No excuses. I'm watching Browns football again. He's not looking for excuses. All I know is our receivers are going to drop the same passes they did with Gabriel. So I want to hear the chats saying he sucks when they do like they did with Gabriel. They said Gabriel sucks, but they also said Jerry Jeudy sucks. You got to be fair. They said, Jeudy, you suck. And they also said, Gabriel, you suck when he threw a pass, a 10-yard out, 2 yards in front of the receiver. Complete the story. Everybody hated Jerry Jeudy when Gabriel dropped a dime on Jeudy, and he dropped it. They hated both players. They hated both. He started correcting himself in the fourth quarter. He came off the bench cold against the Ravens. That is true. He did come off the bench cold. But I will tell you this. He has to play a lot better. I think he will play better. My expectations for Shedeur Sanders is this. I expect him to push the football down the field. That's what I expect. And he was doing it against the Baltimore Ravens. He pushed it down the field. And I think that's all the fans want. Of course, they want him to win. They want to beat the Raiders. But they want to see the offense push the ball down the field when the opportunities arrive. And he did that at the end. And also what I want to see, I want him to accept getting sacked. It's okay. Take the sack, live another day. If they get in quick, which they will, our line is absolutely atrocious. Live to see another down. Don't run 28 yards backwards. I'm being facetious. But last week, he ran about 7 yards backwards. Don't run 7 yards backwards if it's not there. Take it, live to see another down. If you can throw it away, throw it away. Because the Raiders are going to do the same thing the Ravens did. They're going to blitz on third down, and they're going to see, can he learn from last week and beat the blitz? If you're just coming in, hit that like button for me. Hit the like, hit the share. Let's get it rolling. He was bad against the Ravens. However, he got better each possession. That's something Gabriel didn't do. They wanted Myles Garrett traded. Who wanted Myles Garrett traded? Not me. Who was they? Not me. It's going to look different this weekend. I thought he looked better than Gabriel in what I did see. You were right. He's going to push the ball down the field. Is that 25-yard dot Fannin longer? Gabriel had a 26-yard completion to Cedric Tillman that game. 1 yard longer than the dot to Fannin. Gabriel had 184-yard attempts. His longest completion was 26 yards. Shedeur Sanders has a 16 attempts, and his longest completion is 25 yards. I want to see him throw the ball away. Expect to see a lot of screen passes with the amount of blitzes about to happen. Getting sacked isn't new for Shedeur, unfortunately. Exactly. That's what's sad. Getting sacked isn't new, and I think he needs to work on that. Oh! Daring Dream. Appreciate you. $50 grenade in the building.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Through the grenade.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
My headphones fell out. I'm sorry. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the $50 grenade. Thank you for the $50 grenade in the building.
Dog check!
So much.
Dog check!
I love it. 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 Do you think if they win all the remaining games? Well, first of all, they're not going to win all the remaining games. That's not going to happen. And even if they did, I don't think they would make the playoffs, but it's not happening. They are not winning the remainder of their games. Not happening. I love the positivity, though. With the bad back, he won't last a season if he keeps taking all those sacks. Appreciate you with the donation. Thank you so much. Everyone acting like he had a lot of sacks. He only had 2. It's not about the number of sacks. It's about how you take the sacks. You can't run backwards. That's what everybody talks about. If you see the pressure coming, either just eat it, step up in the pocket, or if you can make a play, that's fine. Just don't run backwards. That's what everybody wants him to work on. That's a fair criticism. I get it. People just love Shedeur Sanders, and he can't do anything wrong. And I'm not going to be able to change people's opinions. I'm just a Cleveland Browns fan. I am going to say what they do great and what they need to work on. He needs to work on that. Yes, the line is absolutely putrid. It sucks. It's terrible. But you can't run backwards. They're going to continue the blitz, the holy smithereens, until the line learns how to block and he stops running backwards when the pressure comes. 12 needs to make a statement against the Raiders. Shedeur ever played behind a good old line? Who would be a great QB coach for Shedeur? Peyton Manning. Tweet with the gifted. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Now, the positive is when he does get away, he makes a play like he was this close to a touchdown pass to Isaiah Bond. If he hits that throw accurately, we're having a different conversation about his performance because he ties the game. Bond was wide open. He missed him. If Gage Lavardin catches that pass in the end zone, we're having a totally different conversation about Shedeur's game against the Ravens. Those two plays right there changes the narrative about his game against the Ravens. So, as much as I get on him about running backwards, he still can make a play and get away from the sack. So, it's a gift and a curse when you have a quarterback who can get away from the pressure. What up, Django? How you doing? Shedeur Willie Beeman Sanders has got this. Willie Beeman. If you know, you know. Willie Beeman. Willie. If you know, you know. I like Shedeur, but he has to get the ball out quicker and stop running backwards to try to extend plays. You just have to listen. You got to just balance it. If you watch Josh Allen, he does the same thing, but he's Josh Allen, so nobody complains about it, right? If you watch Josh Allen, he does the exact same thing. He runs backwards. He runs around. He dipsy-doos to try to make a play. Um, I am very interested to see how the playbook changes between Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel. Because Kevin Stefanski has said throughout the season they want to have an airtight plan for Shedeur Sanders. Well, now here's our chance to see this airtight plan for Shedeur Sanders. What is this playbook going to look like? How different is it going to look for a Shedeur Sanders led offense and a Dylan Gabriel led offense? Because that playbook last week, it was Dylan Gabriel's. He had all the snaps. It was built for him. So let's see what it looks like Sunday. Our receivers need to pick their weight up, start actually trying to get open deep, to notice that they have problem getting separation. Crosby is about to eat this weekend for the Raiders, no doubt about it. Oh, Lord. Hit the like when you come in. It'll be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Yo, Max Crosby is a problem. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. My bad. Mouth was getting a little dry. I didn't know if I was going to make it. I think his airtight plan was not to play him at all. Actually, it was, Mike. His tight plan was to, quote unquote, redshirt him this year and to not play him at all. That was his airtight plan at the beginning of the season. So you're spot on that one. Shedeur will get better, one rep, one game at a time. He said he would have his own playbook, said there would be some runs designed in. I don't know how I feel about that. How do y'all feel about that? Designed runs for Shedeur Sanders. How do y'all feel? Yay or nay? Do y'all like that? Do y'all like that? Do y'all like that? Design runs, red shirt. That's what they said, Tweet Pat. Now, obviously, you can't red shirt in the NFL, so you just don't play it the whole year. But that was what Kevin Stefanski wanted to do. He did not want to play Shedeur Sanders. How you doing, Cheryl? How are you, Cheryl? How are you feeling this evening? Thank you for coming in the stream. Hopefully you hit that like button for me. It'll be greatly appreciated. Yay. We don't have the OK for that. OL for that. Nope, he's not a runner. I don't like it. Listen, Shedeur Sanders, he has escapability. He's not a Lamar Jackson, a Josh Allen, even a Jalen Hurts. He can do enough to get you yards with his legs. I don't like a designed run for Shedeur Sanders. I think that is absolutely not the right move. Now, who am I? I am absolutely nobody. I'm just a man with a mic and an opinion. That's it. I definitely think they should design plays that cater to his strengths. What's his 40 time? I'd say, I don't know. Mike, I ain't gonna lie to you. You my homie. Mike, we disagree on some stuff, but you my homie and Mike, so I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Mike, I ain't gonna be a liar. I'm gonna Google it. Does anybody know? It's not available because he has not run it at the NFL Combine Pro Day. Estimated based on his game footage, and other sources vary, with some predicting a time in the high 4.7s or low 4.8s. That's what it says on Google. So he didn't run at the Combine. So they're high 4.7s or low 4.8s. It's his 40 time. Shedeur's a natural pocket passer. He can escape the rush if needed, but he's no runner. Exactly. Exactly. He's not a runner. He is a pocket passer. And you know, in college, when I watched Shedeur, he wanted to pass from the pocket. It's like he was proving a point. I am a thrower of the football. I can run if I have to, but I'm going to show you my arm talent. I can throw this ball. I can slang this thing. Slang it. And that's his strength, is his accuracy. And that's what I want him to show off this coming Sunday. He's not a runner and he's not a track star. How you doing, Casey? That's slow. It's not fast. It ain't fast, but he's a thrower of the football. But this game coming up, this may be a little bit of hyperbole on my part. And somebody said this earlier. If you said it, kudos to you. This might be Shedeur Sanders' biggest game of his career. The biggest game of his career. And here's why. In Colorado, right, when he was in Colorado, there was no chance that he wouldn't start the next game. Everybody knew he's the man. In Jackson State, he was the man. It didn't matter what he did. But come Sunday, we don't know what's going to happen the next week. We don't know what's guaranteed for Shedeur Sanders next year. As much as I hate Cleveland's game plan at the quarterback position, it doesn't matter what I like. For Shedeur Sanders, this could be the most important game of his football career. And here's why. It's his first start. Film for him as a starter. If he balls out of control, he can change the narrative for everything that's been said about him leading up to this point. Well, he's bad, his attitude, the draft, all of that stuff. If he balls out here, then the ball's back in Kevin Stefanski's court. You want to go back to Dylan Gabriel after Shedeur Sanders just put up a performance like that? Led him to a win in his first NFL start? And it wasn't the defense that carried him. So if the defense does some shutout performance, gets some short fields, and scores points, and Shedeur just musters up 100-something yards and a touchdown, I'm talking about he's the reason the offense is smoking. You're going to go back to Dylan? Okay. But I did my part. Ball's in your court. And then other teams are going to be like, oh, okay. This kid's got something. This kid can actually play. Everybody passed up on him 5 times, but he can play. Now, if he wets the bed with no good night, no pamper, the sheets all soaking wet, then Kevin Stefanski can go, see, I told you. That's why I wanted to redshirt him. That's why I didn't want to play him. I wanted to develop him a little more. And then other teams can go, see, I told you. That's why we didn't get him. That's why I believe it's his biggest game of his career. But that's just me. Now you could tell me while I'm wrong. Let's see. Where was I at? Where was I at? I missed. What did I miss? What up, Nate the Great? I think we will strive because the Raiders are not too good. Okay. What up, Myron? How you doing? What up, Cody? I'm pulling for Shedeur, but I feel like he is lacking in IQ. I'm not trying to be a hater, but his answers to some press questions make me wonder. What up, Steve? I hope you're doing well. Hello, everybody. Go Browns. Hit the thumbs up for Corey. Appreciate you. Barb says hello. He'll have the right scheme on Sunday. Let's hope he takes full advantage of it. I hope you're right. I hope he does have the right scheme on Sunday. Let's go Browns. But that's just my opinion as far as him having the biggest game. I need to get rid of the ball under 4 seconds. That would be ideal. You're not going to have, most of the time, 4 seconds to throw the football. You are right. It is the biggest game of his career. Shedeur is smart. Okay, so you agree. You agree with me. I like it. I like it. I haven't paid attention to the Raiders much. All I know is they lost against the Dallas Cowboys on Monday Night Football. Ashton Genty had 6 carries for 7 yards, and he sold me on FanDuel Sunday. I will never pick him again on FanDuel, ever, ever, ever. He will find those plays and players. He will be more dialed in. I know this about Shedeur, but I got to acknowledge Garrett for this real quick because he's going to have another 3 to 5 sack game and probably break the sack record this year. I hope he does break the sack game record this year. All the Shedeur's teammates are giving him praise. They're giving him praise. Nothing but glow, showering glow for him, which you're supposed to do for your teammates. They did the same thing for Dylan Gabriel. The Browns teammates, their ultimate teammates, they're sticking with their quarterback. And you love to see it. He'll do better Sunday, but the team is still getting used to him as a play caller. If he wins, Stefanski can't put Dylan back in as the starter. I think he will, though, Django. He has already said when Dylan is out of concussion protocol, he's QB1. I mean, he came right back. I mean, as soon as they asked him, he's QB1 after he's out of concussion. He's my quarterback. Terrell Owens meme with the glasses. That's my quarterback. That's my quarterback. The receivers need to catch the balls. Kevin's actually talking him up now. He doesn't have a choice now. Could you imagine if they were on the press conference, right? They were on the press conference and he was still like, wasn't even saying his name. Well, we'll see. He's putting in the work. He's working hard. We'll see what happens. Short answers. And he wasn't even saying his name. That would be diabolical. Run the ball, Kevin. A lot of people could switch up on Shedeur if he does bad, but I won't because I stand on my word and I'm not two-faced. I think a lot of people, a lot of people are praying for his downfall. They are waiting in the weeds with weed killer. They can't wait and are hoping he does bad on Sunday. And Shedeur knows this. He knows it comes with the territory. He knows. Now, his fans better be ready for it. But he knows it comes with the territory. Who is going to be blamed for the O-line playing duck, goose? Let me tell you about this O-line. There was a play, the interception that Shedeur threw. If you can go back and look at it or find it and pause it, when the defender's coming right up the middle, there are 3 offensive linemen guarding 1 man. What are we doing? What are we doing? That ain't Myles Garrett out there. If you go back and look at that play, there was 3 linemen guarding 1 man while the blitzer goes unguarded at Shedeur. And then he threw that terrible interception. It's evil to pray for someone's downfall. It is. It's very evil. There's a lot of evil people in this world. It's need prayer. Ownership will put an end to that. When he entered the game, you would have thought Peyton Manning entered the field. He's a team's moneymaker, and money speaks louder than the coaches. Either was, I got to go, but hope you have a great rest of your day and even best rest of your week until Sunday. Appreciate you, Nate the Great. listen, I said this on the video I made about the truth about Shedeur Sanders' debut. There has not been buzz in that stadium since Baker's debut against the Jets. There hasn't. There hasn't been that much buzz since then. When he went onto that field, the stadium was going nuts. You said it best, Django. He is a money maker. And then after that, I would say 2023 Flacco. I would say second to that before Shedeur came in was 2023 Flacco. Fans were going crazy because they just wanted something to cheer for. 3 men hugging, not blocking. Thanks for the updates, Hart being a Browns fan in Michigan. Shedeur better take his O-line out for dinner this week. Facts. And talking about Shedeur Sanders, right? Getting his start against the Raiders, I am very interested to see the ratings for the Browns-Raiders game. I really am. Because in regular Browns-Raiders games, 2-8 versus 2-8, nobody cares about that game. That game is probably not on TV anywhere. Nobody. But I want to see now, what are the ratings going to look like now that Shedeur is starting? Because Django brought up he's a moneymaker, and he is. Exactly 100, what I'm referencing. There are Raider fans that are Shedeur fans. Okay. And here's the thing you got to think about if you're Cleveland, right? From a business standpoint, okay? So you have Shedeur Sanders. You have Shedeur Sanders here. You have fans who have already bought his jerseys. He hasn't started a game yet. 12s all in the stadium. If he comes out and he plays good, right? Let's just make the scenario he plays good against the Raiders. Okay? Say he plays 3 more games this year and he plays good. What do you do at quarterback next year? There's not one quarterback in that draft, money-wise, popularity-wise, that's going to equal Shedeur Sanders. And it's not even close. It's not close. You know Haslam loves his money. It's not close. Now, if he comes out and he's not good and he plays bad, we already know what Cleveland's going to do. They're going to get a quarterback. They're going to do what they do. They're going to get a quarterback. They're going to draft a receiver in the 5th round, and we're going to have the same scenario we have. Quarterback, no line, rinse and repeat. That's a Pop Warner game that's going to get wild card playoff views. And I don't think people understand the business of football that Shedeur Sanders brings to this team. I don't think they understand it. When everybody is like, yes, give me Mendoza. Okay, you say that now. But if you don't get Mendoza, 3 beefy linemen, and 2 top-tier receivers, it doesn't matter. We're going to be in the same position that we're in next year. We're going to be about 2-8. We're going to have the same conversation. Should we take another quarterback? Because we're not fixing the problem. Would you rather have 3 terrible plays and 3 exciting plays or 6 boring plays? I think that's the difference between SS and DG. DG is boring SF. I like to say Shedeur Sanders is Brett Favre. Brett Favre will throw you an interception. He'll run across the field and throw it across his body. You're like, what are you doing? And then he'll make a throw that makes you go, holy crap. Look at this guy. Brett Favre was exciting. DG is Brad Johnson. Win you some games. If you get him a dominant defense, maybe. No, he ain't winning a Super Bowl. That's a lie. That's disrespectful to Brad Johnson. But he's just boring. Facts, this game will affect the draft. Give him Brandon Cooks. Give them a chance for 500 seasons. The Browns should be praying he is good. I'm praying that he's good. But I am lowering my expectations for this football game for Shedeur Sanders. And it's not me making an excuse. And here's why. I learned my lesson. And Mike is here. And he probably remembers me saying this. And nobody listened to me. Deshaun Watson's first game against Houston, I told everyone he's not going to play as good as everybody thinks he is. 4 touchdowns, 240 yards. This is what everybody was saying. I said, pump the brakes. He's not going to play that good in his first game. Now, I didn't think he would suck for the rest of the time here. I didn't call that one. But I said, pump the brakes. It's his first game in years. He's not throwing 4 touchdowns, 200+ yards. It's not going to happen. People were losing their minds with their predictions. And then he wasn't good that game. And then people were upset. They were losing their mind. Now I'm going to, hey, Brandy, how are you doing? How are you doing? Hopefully you're feeling good. We need a stud O-line and 2 number 1 receivers. We can make a run. We will be able to afford some receivers once DW3 contract is done. Brings me back to Shedeur Sanders right now. If your expectations for Shedeur is 290+ yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 28 for 35, I don't know what to tell you. That is insane. For a first game, first time practicing with the starters in a 1 week. That's not what I expect from Shedeur Sanders. That's not me making an excuse. That's me being a realist. What I do expect from Shedeur Sanders is to look extremely better than what he did on Sunday, make some plays, push the ball down the field, and get the ball to his playmakers. That's what I expect. And play a clean game. Play a clean game. If he does that, it's going to be hard to justify taking him off the field, because the Browns defense plays like they've been playing. I really think they can win the football game. When I say good, I mean just win. There shouldn't be any winning expectations for a win. If SS12 had the opportunity DG had, we'd be seeing a different team here. Erica, what up? I'm good. Thank you for asking. Hope you're well. I'm doing good. Now, for the non-Shedeur Sanders crowd, I'm going to tell you exactly what they are expecting. They are ready to pick and prod every little thing. Okay? They expect a Tom Brady-esque performance. Doesn't matter. They don't care. They expect Tom Brady to be out there on that field. That's what they expect, because it's the narrative they want to spin against Shedeur Sanders. Any mistake he makes, he sucks. He's trash. So be ready for it. Is he going to throw over 50% completion rate? That's a good question. Who asked that? Coach. You know what, Coach? Let me go back. Coach. I need to see something. Let me go back, Coach. Let me go back, Coach. Let me go back. You got me singing the song, Coach. Let me go back. He threw over 50% against the Panthers in his preseason debut. So his preseason debut, he was 14 of 23. That is over 50%. If I went out on the limb, I'll say yes. He'll throw over 50%. That's my guess. He really didn't look that bad. He was warming up, getting comfortable. You can see it in the 2-minute drill. He looked good in the 2-minute drill, Casey, but I would be doing a disservice if I said he didn't look that bad. He looked bad. But it's okay to say it. It's not me saying he sucks. He didn't play good against the Ravens, and it's okay. In the 2-minute drill, you can tell he had confidence. And to me, if I'm Kevin Stefanski, I'm looking at that 2-minute drill and I'm going, okay, this is where he's comfortable. Shotgun, he looked very comfortable. Under center, not so much. This is where he looked good. The field was spread out. He looked pretty comfortable. Playing kind of faster pace. He looked comfortable. Let me install that into this week's plan. But for me to say he didn't play that bad, I feel like I'm lying to the American people, and I can't do it. He played bad, but he did look better the last drive. Yes, they did trash him. Yes, listen, I'm going to tell you this right now. Dylan Gabriel has not improved in 5 weeks. Or 6. Is it 6 now? 6 weeks. He has not improved. So, but they're not going to compare him to Dylan Gabriel. If he gets what the preseason O-line give him, he'll win the game. The Panthers O-line, not the Rams. Not the Rams. That Rams O-line, oh, buddy, that was bad. That was bad. So I'm excited for this game, and I'm nervous at the same time. I haven't been nervous for a football game of the Cleveland Browns since week 1 of last year, because I had a lot of expectations last year, and boy, did our season suck. And this is the first time I've been nervous for a game, because I really want to see what we're going to look like, because I truly believe that the offense could look better under Shedeur Sanders. And maybe, just maybe, our defense may even look better if we can maybe, just maybe, give them a lead. But we'll have to see. What up, Scott from Florida? How you doing, my guy? The Rams O-line is working at Home Depot. I heard Home Depot fired them too. Home Depot said, nah, we out of here. You're fired. That line was absolutely atrocious. I just want him to play well. reduce the rookie mistakes. I definitely believe we win this game for nothing else but for karma for Kevin. So AAA thinks it's going to be Kevin's karma that Shedeur Sanders and the Browns win against the Raiders. Let me ask you guys a question since AAA brought it up. Do you think deep down inside Kevin Stefanski wants the Browns to lose on Sunday? Do you actually think he wants the Browns to lose so he can say, I was right all along? Or do you think, like any coach should, hey, I want my young man to go out there and win so our players can get a win, so we can feel good after a Sunday of NFL football, and we can have victory Monday. And then I'll have to deal with all the quarterback questions at a later date. Which one do you really think he would want his team to lose just to prove a point? Or do you think he's like riding with this young man? I hope he goes out there and succeeds, and I'll deal with all the aftermath and give my vanilla answers later on. You doing good, Scott? Casey laughed. So much resting on this game. Shedeur better back up all that talk. He said he's the guy. And he said he has to let the game speak. And I agree with that. He has to let his game speak. And you know, I don't have a problem with my quarterback having bravado. Baker had bravado. I didn't have a problem with it. A lot of Browns fans did. I don't have a problem with that. I like my quarterback to have some type of personality and not be like paint drying on a wall. Give me some personality. But that's just me. Yes, no. He was willing to tank for DG, so yeah. 100% he loves throwing his QBs under the bus. His job's in jeopardy. Nah, he wants to say he developed 12. Karma because he didn't give Shedeur a chance all year. Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for me here. We're going to be, yo, what happened to my headphones again, bruh? We are going to be live Sunday at 2:45 p.m. for the pre-game show for the Browns versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Make sure you're here. And then 4:05 is the watch party for Shedeur Sanders' debut. If you're not here, I don't know where else you would rather be for the biggest game of the year. It's going to be special. Get out your pen, get out your drink, and the emotion board is going to be popping. Poetically pinned. Hey, just in time. How many QBs come into the league saying, I hope I'm the guy? I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's a couple. Greg Over. As a Loftline Raider fan, I hope SS gets a dub. Appreciate that, man. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, you know the drill. I put one up at work. You put one up at work. You got an emotional board at work. I love it. You'll be here. Until next time, you know the drill.
Dog check!
I appreciate you all for coming in here. spending your evening with me. But now I got to go. I'm nervous for Sunday, and it's only Wednesday. It's all love. Peace.